me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
Tonight's Greenlight Maine is sponsored by Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's.
Good evening and welcome to Greenlight Maine, a series dedicated to showcasing the amazing talent, grit, and creativity of Maine's top entrepreneurs. These are the people who are building Maine's future one dream at a time. I'm Don Gooding, Executive Director of the Maine Center for Entrepreneurial Development and Vice Chair of the Maine Angels, Maine's largest angel investment group. I'll be your host for tonight's show, featuring two promising entrepreneurs pitching to this evening's panel of judges for a chance at winning $100,000 in cash. Let's meet our distinguished panel of judges. The far end of the table tonight, we have Sam Cizak. Sam is a partner with Blue Heron Capital, a private equity firm. Sam, great to have you here.
Thanks, Don, for having me. Really excited to learn about these two companies today. I'm always amazed about the innovation in this state of ours, and so just really happy to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you. In the middle, we have Tom Johnston. He's Dean of the New England School of Communications here at Husson University. Tom, welcome, and great space you have here.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Don. This is a great opportunity for me to sit here and hear from our entrepreneurs this evening, and we're glad to have Greenlight Maine here at Husson.
Great. And finally, we have our sponsor for this evening, Jay Darling, who is, I think, fourth in line at Darling Auto Group with a company that's over 100 years young. Jay, great to have you here tonight.
Thank you. We're very pleased to be a sponsor.
So tonight you're going to hear two companies that are going to be pitching for about 3 minutes. You'll have a chance to provide questions and answers. And I think they'll very much appreciate your own insights from business to help them move along. Tonight, very soon, we'll have our first presenter after we take a break. And perhaps you can go to greenlightmaine.com to learn more about both of the companies you'll be hearing from tonight.
Darlings wants you to join us in shopping local this holiday season.
My name is Stacy Gervais, and I own Stacy's Hallmark and the Look at Stacy's with my father, Richard Cummings. We have been on Water Street in downtown Augusta for 43 years. Business is basically just your neighbors trying to make a living. And if we support each other, the community becomes stronger.
Join us in support of our community by shopping local this holiday season.
Please visit greenlightmaine.com to follow the progress of your favorite entrepreneurs and find information and resources about becoming an entrepreneur yourself.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine, where we're ready for tonight's first presentation. We have with us Owen McCarthy and Brian Harris from MEDRhythms. Take it away.
Thank you. I'm Brian Harris, neurologic music therapist and CEO of MEDRhythms.
And I'm Owen McCarthy, president of MEDRhythms.
Traumatic brain injury and stroke steals 2.5 million of our loved ones' lives each year in the United States. MEDRhythms exists to bring them back. MEDRhythms is a neuro rehab company that's positioned at the intersection of neuroscience and music, providing world-class, life-changing care through the power of neurologic music therapy. Recent advancements in neuroimaging has shown us that music engages our entire brain, and there's no other stimulus on Earth with such global activation. It has also shown us that music aids in neuroplasticity, helping the injured brain to strengthen old connections and create new connections to movement, language, and cognition following injuries to the brain, such as stroke, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and other related neurologic diseases. It's also been shown to improve outcomes and sometimes is the only thing that works. This has huge implications for neurorehabilitation.
So how will we attack this $28 billion market? It starts with our team and our CEO, Brian Harris, who's one of the world's best neurologic music therapists and has experience at one of the top 10 rehab hospitals. And myself, I have deep experience in sales and marketing, have a top 10 MBA, and have helped another company raise over $2 million in venture funding. In addition, we have a rockstar advisory board to help us out. We will attack the market with three ways, beginning with targeting facilities to place therapists in facilities. We will then treat people in-home via our telemedicine platform. All along, we'll create a premium brand as the thought leaders in the field. To date, we are cash flow positive, have done over 1,000 hours of care, and have given presentations at 25 different places, including Partners Health and Google, and are working on contracts with top hospitals in New England.
1 in 6 people will suffer from a stroke in their lifetime. That's nearly 250,000 Mainers alone. And judging by the people in this room, it could be one of us. If that happens, I want them and I want you to have access to the highest level of care possible so that you can walk again and so that you can say, I love you to your loved ones again. That's why MedRhythms exists. So judges, please help us help more people. Thank you.
That's such a great pitch. Jay, what kind of questions came up in your mind as you were listening to them?
You said you're working on contracts right now. Do you have any current contracts in place?
Yeah, that's a great question, Jay. We have relationships as referral partners with a number of organizations. We've met with 10 to 15 hospitals, and we are in talks with a number of them heavily further along down the line about having a contract with them.
Thoughts, questions?
Yes, I was wondering about the flow of income and the reimbursement system. Is this a form of treatment that is recognized for reimbursement by health insurance companies and by Medicare and Medicaid?
Yeah, so there's sort of 2 models to that, one being the insurance reimbursement. We do have billing codes for all of our interventions. However, it depends on how those billing codes match up with other interventions. It's not an easy sell all the time, and it's a new therapy, so it is an easy sell. Sometimes around 25 to 30% of our interventions can get covered regularly, depending on the situation. The other model is it's a private pay model as of now. And what we've seen with our own clients is that people continue to come back because they've seen the outcomes are so great that they're willing to pay for it.
Interesting. Sam, investor questions?
Yeah, first of all, Brian and Owen, great presentation, really noble cause. It sounds like there's a promise of this business being both profitable and sustainable because you're playing in a real pain point in the industry. You mentioned a rockstar advisory board. My firm believes that it's of the utmost importance to surround yourselves with people that have been there and done that before. Talk a little bit about your advisory board, please, and where there may be some holes in it that you'd like to fill going forward.
Yeah, that's a great question. We have people that have been CEOs of hospitals on the advisory board. We have folks that have access to 250 hospitals across the country. And we are looking for people that have ran large distributive physical, speech, occupational therapy businesses, as well as people that have experience in telemedicine.
Well, that's a great job. I think we're at the end of questions. We'll be back after a break with a conversation with our sponsor of this evening, Jay Darling of Darling Auto Group.
It doesn't take much to change your entire travel experience. It's more than a flight. It's the whole trip. Connect to your world with daily nonstop flights to Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Baltimore, Charlotte, and New York City. Portland International Jetport. Way better.
We develop websites for businesses of all sizes and devices of all shapes. We develop website strategies for connecting with prospects to cultivate more business. We develop websites that are simple to use and easy to update, putting the power in your hands. All backed up by a marketing team here in Maine, ready to help your business grow. Sutherland Weston, SutherlandWeston.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We're going to have a conversation with our sponsor this evening. We have with us Jay Darling, who is, I think, the 4th in the line of Darlings who have run the Darling Auto Group for a long time, right?
Yeah, actually, we started with bicycles in 1893 in West Baldwin, Maine.
Bicycles, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
And then automobiles in 1903 in Auburn.
Yeah, so it wasn't all long before you decided you're going to go do a different business.
Yeah.
And so now, how big is the company?
We have about 450 employees now.
450 people, that's awesome. And I understand that it's very important for the company culture there at Darling to be giving back to the community.
Yes, we're very active in our community and we love to support them.
And now we're going to go see a video that talks about that support.
At Darling's, we're committed to the communities that we serve. One of our favorite ways to give back is with our ice cream truck.
We were looking for ways to join the community in kind of a unique, fun way. Let's have an ice cream truck. Let's go out in the community and give away ice cream and see if people will donate money to a cause, and really any cause, big or small.
They just light up, especially when they find out that the ice cream's free and all the money goes to charity. People are just blown away by it.
We love the ice cream truck. We really do. So every summer we get together and partner with Darling's Ice Cream Truck for a cause, and we've done several events and every one of them is unique, but we really enjoy the experience.
Anyone that came up to the truck had a smile on their face, hoping to get some ice cream, even before they knew it was free.
When that truck pulled in, the squeals, the kids, I mean the parents, you couldn't even believe it.
We'll put your name up on a board we have saying the cause today is ALS. We have a couple of sandwich boards we put out and says the ice cream's free, but make a donation if you want in support of ALS. So we have a big fudgesicle on the side of the truck, and it's got plexiglass and a slot, and then people will go over and stick some money in the fudgesicle, and we tabulate the money and we send the organization a check.
We do everything, big and small, from a neighbor in need to giant nationwide organizations like Children's Miracle Network or Make-A-Wish. So we run the gamut, that's for sure.
The truck has raised in excess of $100,000 to these 400 causes.
So whenever you see the ice cream truck roll around, it reminds you that you're in a community that cares, and Darling's is a big part of that.
It keeps people thinking about feel-good things. If you have an ice cream and you feel good, everybody loves ice cream. It just was brilliant to have that tie-in, that natural tie-in.
It helps raise awareness about various causes in our community, certainly helps support them, but it helps energize and mobilize just people who are walking by who can't resist the ice cream.
It's really helped us get out there, and it helped us as a group feel like we're helping in a big way in our community, and we can help anybody.
And we've been known to make a dance video or get crazy by the side of the road with them, so it's a lot of fun.
What goes around comes around, and that's the way we operate. And I think it's been great for all of us. It makes work something more, and you can't ask for more than that.
And we'll be back after a break with our second presenter here on Greenlight Maine.
Hi, Ross here for Dysart's Restaurant. Everyone's having meetings. Meeting about this, meetings about that, meeting about meetings. How ridiculous is that? Got a meeting? Meet at Dysart's Broadway. Look at my chart. Dysart's Broadway's got 3 meeting rooms. A big one, a bigger one, and an even bigger one. And the big one and the bigger one can combine to be even bigger than the even bigger one. How ridiculous is that?
Great food, great service, and a great place for your meeting. Dysart's Broadway.
Big and bigger's bigger than even bigger.
Dysarts.com.
Ridiculous.
I'm not thinking about health insurance all the time, but when I do, I know that Community Health Options is there for us. Whether we're getting a checkup, a test at the lab, or we're in the hospital, Community Health Options is there every step of the way. They'll help you get the most of your prescription benefits and manage any ongoing conditions, so you can think about other things.
Member-centered Community Health Options. Sign up or re-enroll for 2016 at healthoptions.org.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine, where we're ready for tonight's second presentation. We have Chuck Donnelly from RockStep Solutions. Take it away.
Thank you. I've lived in Maine for nearly 20 years now, and I'm really excited to be part of Maine's new innovation economy. For 17 years, I worked at the Jackson Laboratory in Bar Harbor, where I was director of computational sciences and had funding from the National Institutes of Health to develop advanced systems for biomedical research. Last year, I started a company called RockStep Solutions with 3 of my colleagues from the Jackson Laboratory. And we had one simple mission, and that was to develop the world's most advanced information systems for biomedical research right here in Maine. Our product that we're developing is called Climb. Now, Climb is a platform for data and discovery. In this great era of biomedical research, you would be amazed to find out how often data are still being collected with pencil and paper. And this can lead to compromised research results, missed discovery opportunities, and wasted research dollars. Our flagship product, Climb, solves this problem by providing advanced tools that capture data in the research lab electronically and track the data from the lab to discovery. In fact, this small chip that I have in my hand here, which you can barely see, can integrate with our tool called Climb. And it's a great example of an advanced tool that can capture data automatically and accurately in a research lab. But Climb is not just a platform for tracking data. In fact, these are really exciting times where big IT and big compute and big data are leading to new knowledge and new discoveries in many industries. However, biomedical research has largely not caught up. RockStep Solutions has developed a collaboration with Microsoft that allows us to integrate with some of the world's most advanced technologies and provide methods for discovery that can detect patterns in data as the data are being entered into the system and alert the researchers. And this can lead to new knowledge, new therapies, and new steps along the path to discovery for terrible human diseases. The costs of biomedical research are staggering. In fact, research organizations spend hundreds of millions of dollars each year maintaining their research infrastructure. Our studies have shown that Climb can save these organizations millions of dollars a year at a relatively small license fee of several $100,000 a year. The market for Climb is global and multi-billion. The biomedical research market alone is more than $1 billion, and when you bring in adjacent markets such as agricultural, chemical, veterinary markets, you more than double the size of the market. However, in order to accelerate our growth into these really exciting markets, we're starting a capital investment campaign so that we can achieve our revenue target of $20 million in 4 years. Thank you very much.
Okay, really interesting stuff. Jay, what kind of questions did that bring up for you?
Thank you. Great presentation. Thank you. Are you selling a software or are you selling the chip, the device itself? And if so, if it's the chip, how are you sourcing it?
That's a great question. We're not actually selling the chips. The chips are advanced tools that we integrate into our software. What we're selling is a software product that integrates with the most advanced technologies on the market. So we'll be looking at the latest technologies as part of our business model, things like, Microsoft's HoloLens. How can that work into research? This chip here, which is developed by a company in Michigan, how can that work to advance the research, the efficiencies in the research lab?
Very interesting. Thoughts?
Yes, I was curious about the competition in this marketplace. There are an awful lot of data collectors out there. What's the competition in your arena?
That's a great question. So there's like low-end tools that are cheap and they don't scale. They were sort of built to do one thing really good, but they don't really scale for large organizations. And then the bigger tools, the bigger products, were built on old technologies and they can't be upgraded. And so we're finding that there's a gap there from the big enterprise deployments that are built on these old technologies and the new technologies that are coming out.
Got a quick question?
I do. Do you have any clients? And if you don't, can you talk about who you will initially go to sell this product?
Yeah. So we don't yet have any sales because we're still in development of our product. However, we do have a pipeline of clients that we're working on. And I can't really give those names right now, but they're...
And because we've run out of time, we'll be back after a break with the judges' deliberations.
200,000 Mainers live with food insecurity, and this includes 60,000 children.
Kids that haven't had a chance to eat properly are not going to do as well in school, and they're going to be more likely to end up in the food pantry lines as adults.
Good Shepherd Food Bank is working to fight hunger throughout the state by partnering with local organizations from food pantries to meal sites to schools. But we need to engage everyone in the solution. Together, we can solve hunger.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Are you inspired yet to go try to make your dream come true? Well, we're going to hear from the judges tonight as to what they really thought about the two presentations. Tom, let's start with you. The first company tonight was MEDRhythms. What did you like about the presentation that they provided tonight?
Well, what I liked about them was that they were aiming at a market where there's going to be a high demand for services, particularly in the medical area. And so I think that that's a great model.
Jay, what were your thoughts? What did you like about it?
My first thought was that they had a positive cash flow and looked like it was scalable.
Yes, positive cash flow is a wonderful thing. Sam, some things you liked?
Yeah, I really like the team. They seem to be very passionate. They had complementary skill sets, and they seem very coachable. I also, like you, thought the cash flow positive nature in the large industry were compelling factors.
Mm-hmm. And Sam, I'm going to stick with you. There's also some challenges in a business like this. What did you see as the biggest challenges?
Yeah, well, their go-to-market strategy, whether they go through channels or whether they sell direct, I think they need to answer that question a little more clearly. They have some good discussions going with large hospital systems, but that needs to unfold a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And Jay, challenges that you saw?
Well, really how the technology was going to work. Wasn't sure how they were going to totally make that work both in a hospital environment and in a in-home environment.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Tom, some other challenges perhaps?
Yes, I think I'm concerned about the private pay source of income, where the insurance companies and the federal reimbursement system are not locked into this kind of treatment yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely can see that. So let's turn our attention to RockStep Solutions. Tom, staying with you, what did you like about their presentation?
I thought that they described the need in the marketplace in that kind of mid-level of data analysis was convincing. I also liked the fact that they were from Jackson Lab and had been around that kind of problem.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Jay, some things you liked about RockStep Solutions?
They certainly had experience and the knowledge, sort of like Google Analytics for the hospital world.
I really like that, Google Analytics for that big marketplace. Sam, you like big market opportunities. What did you like about RockStep Solutions?
The industry is clearly a large, growing market, and the founder has a strong technical background. Those are two of the clear positives about RockStep.
Okay. So a company like that, though, going after a big market, has plenty of challenges. Sam, you want to talk a bit about the kind of challenges this company will see that you've also seen in the companies that you've been working with?
Yeah, they don't have any clients currently, and they need to come up with a clear plan of attack to go to market. It was unclear as to who they will be selling to and at what price points.
Okay. And Jay, some thoughts about the challenges that they're going to be facing as they try to go to market?
It's a very competitive market, and technology is always changing, so I don't know the longevity of their product.
Yeah, they didn't have a chance to talk about what their long-term life cycle is going to be for that. Tom, some thoughts from you on challenges that this company is going to be facing?
Well, I think like Sam, I think that they're premature at some point in terms of not having developed and tested their product in the marketplace. I think they understand how it may work in the lab, but I don't think they've worked it through the market.
Okay, so we're going to just what other things would you would have liked to have heard from these companies to help you understand the companies a bit more? Sam?
Yeah, both companies didn't address the competitive landscape as much as I would have liked them to. And I think that would have been a little more helpful to me to understand the differentiating factors of both of their technologies versus something else in the marketplace.
Tom, anything you wanted to see more of?
Well, I would have liked to have had a little more explanation about the technology that both of them are using. With a short amount of time, I think there's you don't have a chance to really dig into it.
Yep. Sam, Jay, rather, quick thoughts?
I would say how they were going to use the funds, the $100,000.
Great. We've heard the judges deliberating about the two companies you've seen tonight. You can go to greenlightmaine.com and see for yourself, and we'll be back soon with their votes on who's going to get the green light tonight. See you in just a minute.
Darlings wants you to join us in shopping local this holiday season.
My name is Stacy Gervais, and I own Stacy's Hallmark and the Look at Stacy's with my father, Richard Cummings. We have been on Water Street in downtown Augusta for 43 years. Business is basically just your neighbors trying to make a living. And if we support each other, the community becomes stronger.
Join us in support of our community by shopping local this holiday season.
We hope you at home will support your favorite entrepreneur tonight by going to greenlightmaine.com and clicking on their GoFundMe link. You can make a difference.
And we're back at Greenlight Maine. It's that moment we've been waiting for. We've heard from the judges deliberating on the two companies. Now it's time to let the audience know who's going to get the green light. So judges, pick up your cards, please, and let the audience know who's going to get the green light. That means MEDRhythms is going on to the finals against 13 other companies vying for $100,000 in cash. And whether or not you agree with tonight's judges, you can go to greenlightmaine.com and vote with your hearts and your wallets for the crowdfunding video of your favorite entrepreneur. We'll be back next week with two more exciting Maine entrepreneurs here on Greenlight Maine. We'll see you then. Congratulations.
Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you. Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by Darlings Auto Group. You'll do better at Darlings. Prize money for Greenlight Maine is provided by Maine Accelerates Growth through a grant by the Maine Community Foundation, stewards of charitable giving, helping donors help Maine. Outreach and community engagement in partnership with Maine Startup and Create Week, a conference worth giving work for. Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture. Handcrafted American furniture since 1972. Broadcast facilities provided by NESCOM, the New England School of Communications at Husson University.